Darkcast Network. The light shines brightest on our indie podcasts.
I'm Ford.
I'm Vegas.
Welcome to Ford in Vegas, a true crime podcast for the ages with two friends who hate each other. Vegas, we got an action-packed week of show this week. Easy for me to say.
We got a week of show. Show week.
Got a week of show. If you are watching on YouTube, hit that subscribe button and don't forget to like the video. Also, if you're on the go, you can subscribe to this show as a podcast wherever you get your podcasts. All you got to do is search Ford in Vegas wherever you get your podcast. That's it. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button. And if you want to watch this show, you could do so at FordinVegas.com. There's a link to the YouTube right there. This show also in podcast form is ad-free. That's right, ad-free for just $3 a month, which goes to supporting the show, mostly for Vegas to have money to eat. Simply go to patreon.com/FV True Crime. And while we're at it, you can follow the show on Twitter and Instagram at FV True Crime. And lastly, buy a shirt. Buy a Ford in Vegas shirt. Shop FordandVegas.com. And always remember, premium soft quality is the best quality.
Yes. And this weekend there's a sale.
Yeah,
20% off.
I think you have to spend like $150, I think.
Is it? I thought it was
No?
everything. It says sale on everything.
Oh, okay. Sale on everything. There you go.
I mean, I didn't read the fine print, but I got the alert that said sale on everything, 20%.
Do you ever read the fine print on anything?
No. Do you?
You've bought some things before that, you know, if you would have read the fine print.
Listen, I thought that doll was real person.
Yeah. So we got a big show tonight. Lots to get to. So let's stop with the yada yada and get right to it. Vegas, normally on this true crime podcast for the ages with two friends who hate each other, we do a lot of like murder. And a lot of our conversations and stories center around murder. But this week, I wanted to center the show around Brittney Griner.
Oh, boy.
WNBA superstar Brittney Griner. People care so much about Brittney Griner, they can't even tell you what WNBA team she plays for. Couldn't do it. I can't even do it. And I actually am kind of like semi-familiar with the sport.
Doesn't she play for Phoenix?
No idea.
I have no idea.
Phoenix. What was the name of their
Phoenix Mercury?
Mercury. And we have the New York Liberty.
The Chicago Sky.
And the Indiana Fever.
That's about it.
And that is it.
I mean, there's more, but I don't know.
There is more teams in the league. Oh, Los Angeles Sparks.
Oh, yeah, the Sparks.
There you go. But Brittney Griner, boy, where do we start? Well, we have audio. We'll start with some audio. Brittney Griner today from Russia. Let's take a listen.
I pled guilty to my charges. I understand everything that's being said against me, the charges that are against me, and that is why I pled guilty. But I had no intent to break any Russian laws. I want to apologize to my teammates, my club, Gemka, the fans, and the city of ECAT for my mistake that I made and the embarrassment that I brought onto them. I never meant to hurt anybody. I never meant to put in jeopardy the Russian population. I never meant to break any laws here. I made an honest mistake, and I hope that in your ruling that it doesn't end my life here.
Okay, so on the screen here it says Griner was detained in February when police said they found vape cartridges containing cannabis oil in her luggage at the Moscow airport. Can't bring weed to Russia. That's a no-no. Putin put the kibosh on that deal. So today, Vegas, I'm done listening to her. Today, she was sentenced to 9 years for cannabis possession and smuggling in Russia. WNBA star Brittney Griner was convicted Thursday, despite her insistence that she made an honest mistake. It was an honest mistake, Your Honor. In her tearful pleas for mercy. Standing in a cage, kind of like the last episode of Seinfeld, standing in a cage reserved for defendants at the Khimki court outside of Moscow, Griner, 31, remained stone-faced upon hearing the verdict. As part of the punishment phase, Griner will also be required to pay a $16,300 fine. That's like a year's salary in the WNBA. Asked if she understood the sentence, Griner replied in English, "Yes, I understand, Your Honor." Later, as she was being led out of the courtroom in handcuffs, Griner told a gaggle of the reporters, "I love my family." Minutes after sentencing, the White House released a statement on behalf of President Biden.
Wow.
That was a slip up. It was a fraudulent slip.
Freudian slip.
Freudian slip.
Yeah, Freudian slip.
My bad. President Biden condemning the outcome of Griner's drug trial.
Wow, you're having all sorts of problems.
It's a rough day today.
Good thing we woke up this morning.
I did some weed. Today, American citizen Brittney Griner, who we do not know who she is, received a prison I'm just kidding, that part's not in there. Received a prison sentence that is one more reminder of what the world already knew. Russia is wrongfully detaining Brittney. It is unacceptable, and I call on Russia to release her immediately so she could be with her wife, loved ones, friends, and teammates. End quote. So, I'm going to stop right there for just a second.
Well, don't even tell Putin she's a lesbian.
Because once Putin finds out she munches the old carpet there, it might be in trouble.
Whoa,
they might be
easy, bro.
They might be
easy on the whoa.
What?
You don't have to say munching on the carpet. Easy.
There's nothing wrong with that expression.
Yes, there is.
No, there is not.
That's not PG.
I marked this shit explicit.
I don't even know if that's PG.
So here's the deal.
What's the deal?
She broke the law. Regardless of what we think of weed pens and vape cartridges and marijuana in this country, she still broke the law. Brittney, leave your weed pens at home when you're traveling abroad. Like, come on. You know you're going to Russia. It's not like your plane accidentally landed there because of an emergency and you had to land there and then you got in trouble. You're going to Russia to play basketball. Leave your weed pen at home. I understand it's stiff. 9 years.
I mean, that's a lot.
That's a stiff penalty.
Yeah.
Some may say penalty. But that's their country. And they're allowed to do their sentencing how they seem fit when you break laws in their country. It's the same thing we do here. So, I mean, to say it's unacceptable, I mean, the terms, the years, 9, that might be a little unacceptable, but she still broke a crime. She still broke the law. She committed a crime. And I love the argument, well, if it was LeBron James, we would have got him out of there. First of all, LeBron James ain't bringing a weed pen to Russia.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
You cannot compare if it was this person, if it was that person, because it's not.
No, it
this
isn't.
person or that person. You're going to a different country. As somebody that has traveled abroad, I've traveled on broads too, but abroad, wherever you're going, you have to know their laws. First of all, even if you were in America and you were bringing weed cartridges back from one state to the other state, that is still illegal.
Yeah.
You can't do it. Even if you're going from California to Illinois to New York to Nevada, any place that is legal, you cannot fly on an aircraft or a train or any federal thing because it's still a federal crime. So for her to think, well, I'm going to Russia. First of all, if you're going to Russia, you better be on your best behavior. You clear your pot. Don't bring anything.
Yeah. Have you
bring
not
clothes?
Have you not paid attention?
Yeah.
Hello?
Russia and the United States, let's just say we don't see eye to eye on most things.
Like, I understand she got nabbed in February, but, I mean, Putin was still Putin in February.
Putin's been Putin since 75 or 68 or whenever he was in power.
Speaking outside of the courthouse, Griner's Russian legal team said they have not been contacted about efforts to facilitate a prisoner exchange. Quote, maybe we'll hear something. I don't know. It has not been discussed with us, attorney Maria Blagrovina, who probably was a gymnast at some point, said, while White House National Security spokesman John Kirby said Thursday that a U.S. offer, widely suspected to be an offer to swap Russian arms dealer Viktor Bout for Griner and Whelan, was still on the table.
So here's another thing. We're willing to give up a convicted arms dealer for Brittney frickin' Griner, a WNBA star. And I use star loosely.
Yes, very loosely.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's a really even deal. Okay. Even Steven.
Yeah, I mean,
you broke the law.
You did break the law, Brittney.
Yeah.
You did.
You're going to a different country. Know their laws. Or in fact, even if you don't know, well, first of all, it's Russia. Like if you went to North Korea or Russia, like, don't bring anything. Bring your clothes. And even then you might get, if you had a t-shirt that wasn't you still might get arrested because we don't know their laws.
We're still open to having our proposal seriously and positively considered, Kirby said Thursday. We want them to take the offer that's on the table because it's a good one. It's a fair one, and it'll help to bring Paul and Brittney home. End quote. Kirby refused to comment on the details of the proposal, but said that the negotiations were continuing. Conversations are ongoing on multiple levels. Now, this is a trade that Brittney's probably hoping goes through.
Oh, of course Brittney Griner is hoping it goes through.
Griner's lawyer said that her client's mood following the verdict was bad, and she was feeling disheartened. She said they were very surprised by the verdict and plan to appeal the case. We certainly believe the sentencing does not match the act that was committed. Moreover, it goes completely against legal precedent related to this statute, taking into consideration the quantity of cannabis and Griner's admission of guilt, end quote, said her lawyer, Blaglovina. She added, we are definitely going to appeal. We certainly disagree, are surprised and disappointed with the Kim Keys court's ruling today. Now, they could be making an example out of Brittney. Don't bring your weed to Russia. It could be. Could very well be trying to make an example.
They probably are.
I would think, with 9 years.
Yes, but here's a news flash, though. America, we have due process. America, we have maximum and minimum sentencing. In America, we have judges that can say, yeah, I agree, or no, I don't agree on whatever sentencing you get. In Russia, guess what? It's not America. They don't have freedom like we do. They don't give a shit. If Putin calls the judge and says, hey, judge, you're going to give her 9 years because I say so, guess what? The judge is giving her 9 years because Putin says so. Otherwise, he's dead.
That's how it works.
Yeah. And the moral of the story, kids, as we've said, don't bring any sort of marijuana product into Russia. I feel sorry for her family. I don't think she deserves 9 years. But guess what? If you do the crime, you do the time. Why did you need the marijuana in Russia?
She said that I want the court to understand. Oh, we listened to that audio.
Yeah.
Speaking from the White House after the sentencing, Kirby said it was not uncommon for Russian courts to throw the book at foreigners. Historically speaking, foreigners that are arrested on drug charges and then convicted under their system tend to get much higher sentences than Russian citizens. Of course. She shouldn't have been on trial. She's wrongfully detained. We find the sentence reprehensible in its scope. Griner, who pleaded guilty to the charges, said she did not intend to break Russian law and that her parents had taught her to take ownership of her errors. In the course of the trial, Griner testified that she inadvertently placed cannabis cartridges into her bag while stress packing for her trip to Russia, where she was contracted to play basketball for a local team during WNBA's offseason. I know a lot of people have used this as a rah-rah-rah to try to change the pay scale of WNBA players.
Oh, God.
But when you don't fill stadiums and nobody watches on TV, when you don't fill arenas and nobody watches your games on TV, there's no money. Players are paid by financial production for the league. That's how it works. The two-time Olympic champion insisted that she did not plan to bring the vape cartridges containing 0.7 grams of cannabis oil to Russia or use them there because she was aware of local drug laws. Lawyers for the Phoenix Mercury Center have presented character witnesses from the Russian team and written testimony from a doctor who said that he prescribed her cannabis for pain treatment. Her lawyers claim that Griner brought the cartridges with her to Russia inadvertently and only used cannabis as medicine and only while in Arizona, where medical marijuana is legal. A prosecutor, Nikolai Vlasenko, who was also a gymnast at one point, argued that Griner packed the cannabis oil deliberately. He said, I don't believe you. Griner's lawyer, Blaglovlina, did not rule out the possibility of petitioning for clemency if the athlete's appeal attempt fails, saying, we'll do everything possible to get her freed. She certainly does not deserve to serve 9 years.
And she certainly isn't going to get clemency because you think they're going to let just American walk? Like, Putin's probably like, you dumb idiot. You brought something in and now I can charge you and use this because obviously Putin is using her as a political pawn. Okay. There's no doubt about it, but you broke the law. If I bring cocaine by accident into this country or into the state or into my car and I drive and I'm like, oh shit, I forgot I had cocaine in here.
I stress packed
my car and I have cocaine. They're not going to be like, oh yeah, you know what? You're right. It's okay. Go on. No, they're going to charge me with cocaine possession.
Yeah, I mean 0.7 grams. It's been a long time since I partaked in the taking of drug. Partooken?
No, it's partook.
I know. I don't think it's partook. Is it partook? It's been a while since I did drugs, or since drugs did me. It's been a while. But 0.7 grams does not sound like a whole lot.
No, it's not.
However, you should have left him at home.
But you stress packed.
Well, stress packing will do that to you.
For sure. I've done that all the time. I put marijuana cartridges in my bag, too, when I stress packed.
Yeah, I don't know.
Along with the chocolate chip cookies.
Yeah. Then you stress eat.
All day.
I don't know. All I know is, Britt, you broke the law. And if you were LeBron James, we'd get you out of there.
I mean, that's probably true.
Vermont man, Vegas. Here we go. Nathan Carmen. Let's get back to the murder, shall we? Nathan Carmen, the Vermont man charged with killing his mother at sea during a 2016 fishing trip so he could inherit his late grandfather's millions, will remain jailed without bail until his trial. U.S. District.
Whoa.
Wow. U.S. District. District.
Hold on.
Judge Jeffrey Crawford on Tuesday denied.
Are you okay?
No, it's.
God, you're ruining everything.
It's been a rough first 18 minutes for me. U.S. District Judge Jeffrey Crawford on Tuesday denied Carmen's request to be released, saying the 28-year-old man is a possible flight risk. He might get out of Dodge. Crawford was also appointed to the acrimonious dispute that his aunt's over the fortune that he stands to inherit, as well as his purchase of an AR-15 type weapon, as evidence that this is a volatile situation. Carmen's own relatives had begged the court to keep him behind bars. His own family's like, no, keep this guy locked up. We strongly support the actions of the U.S. Attorney's Office to have Nathan remain in custody, as we firmly believe, knowing Nathan better than anyone, that he is both a danger to his family and a flight risk. Carmen's aunts, Elaine Jacacalos and Charlene Gallagher, wrote in a letter to the court, according to the Boston Globe. Carmen was charged in May with first-degree murder in the death of his mother, Linda Carmen, as well as 4 counts of wire fraud and 3 counts of mail fraud stemming from his alleged inheritance scheme aimed at cashing in on a cool $7 million. He has pleaded not guilty to the charges. If convicted at trial, Carmen faces a mandatory life sentence. In September of 2016, if you're unfamiliar, Carmen was found alone floating in a raft off the coast of Rhode Island after the boat he and his mother had gone fishing in 8 days prior sank. Federal prosecutors argued that Carmen had tampered with the boat before taking it out to sea. In his initial statement after being rescued, Carmen told members of the U.S. Coast Guard that he tried to save his mother. I tried to save her from the sinking boat, but failed. However, witnesses later testified that they saw the son deliberately sabotaging the vessel by making holes in it. Nathan Carmen planned to kill his mother on this trip, read his indictment. Prosecutors also have accused Carmen of killing his grandfather, John Chakalos, who they say was shot in his home in Windsor, Connecticut in 2013 as part of a plot to get his hands on money and property from his grandfather's estate. Carmen has not been charged in that case and has denied any involvement in his grandfather's death.
That's a red flag right there. I mean, he already had a suspected murder. What is this guy doing, man? Like what?
Yeah, like they're gonna be onto you, bud. Yeah. You're not gonna get the $7 million.
So here, the best part of this is he wants his grandfather's money, so he kills his grandfather. His grandfather, his will, I'm assuming, or if not probate, passes it on to his daughter, aka his this guy's mother, and then she dies. Again, we're doing this, like when we did way back in the day, right? Way back in the day, the serial killers from like the 1800s, right, in England, and you kill one husband, then you kill another, and then now it becomes a pattern. Now I'm like, you've had how many husbands and kids that have died? There's a common denominator, and it's you, because you're the only one still alive.
Yeah.
So this kid's a piece of work.
Yeah, they are going to lock him up and throw away the key.
But he hasn't been charged in the grandpa's.
The grandfather one, no.
So
they got enough on the mother murder that it's a life sentence.
Hey, listen, if I was him, this is what. Well, I mean, it might be too coincidental, I guess. Then he might get charged with both. But if he got away with his grandpa's murder, kill his mom the same way.
Shooter?
Well, yeah, or how? I mean, obviously, I don't know how he shot his grandfather, but do it.
Speaking of big game hunting, a multi-millionaire dentist from Pennsylvania was found guilty of murder and mail fraud this week for the shooting death of his wife on an African safari trip 6 years ago. It takes a long time to get these people locked up. A jury found Lawrence Larry Rudolph, 67, guilty of gunning down his wife of 34 years, Bianca Rudolph, following a 3-week trial in Denver, in a Denver federal courthouse. He was also convicted of mail fraud for cashing in on a $4.8 million life insurance payment following his wife's October 2016 death. Vegas, when you kill your wife, you're not allowed to collect the insurance payment.
Unfortunately, I believe that's true.
Yeah, they frown upon that.
Yep, don't like it.
Something tells the insurance company that the fix was in. Jurors sided with prosecutors who said Rudolph killed his wife in cold blood as a part of a premeditated plan to take the life insurance payouts, and to start a new life with his mistress of 20 years. He's got a mistress for 20 years. Oh, Lord.
That's a red flag.
They said Rudolph shot his wife while on a hunting trip in Zambia on October 11, 2016, and was overheard years later shouting, "I killed my fucking wife for you," during an argument with the other woman, Lori Milliron, while out to dinner. Oops.
Another red flag.
The wealthy dentist maintained his innocence during the trial and claimed Bianca Rudolph had accidentally shot herself in the chest while packing a shotgun when he was in the bathroom. He said his wife had been packing her bags in a hurry. There's that packing in a hurry again, as she was in a rush to return home from the trip.
I wonder if she had a marijuana oil.
Yeah, she stress packed and shot herself in the chest.
Yeah.
However, prosecutors said her gun wound couldn't have been self-inflicted. They presented evidence that showed the shot to her heart had been fired from 2 to 3.5 feet away. See, forensics.
Idiot.
They caught you there, Mr. Rudolph. Prosecutors said Rudolph planned to murder his wife after she asked for more decision-making power in the couple's finances, and he demanded he fire Milrian. So she demanded that he fire the mistress, because apparently the mistress must have worked for them.
Apparently they're payroll mistresses now.
Maybe the wife knew. Rudolph's lawyers said that he had no motive to kill his wife for Milrian, because
only that's what $6 million.
The couple had been, I think it was 4.8. The couple had been in an open relationship since 2000.
Oh, see, there you go.
Which allowed them to have
that's a red flag.
Sexual relations with others.
Mm-hmm.
They said that he had no financial need for the life insurance payouts, which went into a trust for the couple's children when he was worth more than $15 million at the time himself. Investigators for the insurance companies concluded that the shooting was accidental and forked over $5 million to the family.
Hold on. Is that her in this picture? Or is that just an ad picture?
These are the couple's children.
Yeah, and all of them?
I don't know.
Because that blonde chick in the back, hello.
Yeah. So prosecutors claim Milrian, who is the manager of Rudolph's Pittsburgh area dental franchise, became privy to the murder after the fact. They accused her of lying to a federal jury about the case and her relationship with Rudolph. So she was found guilty by the same jury of being an accessory after the fact to murder, obstruction of a grand jury, and 2 counts of perjury before a grand jury. She was found not guilty on 2 other counts of perjury. Rudolph faces a maximum term of life in prison or the death penalty.
And you know what the moral of that story is? If you kill someone, and it's been a couple years, keep your mouth shut. Don't tell anybody. Don't tell your mistress. Don't tell your kids. Don't tell nobody.
Yeah, don't scream it during a fight.
Yeah, you dumb son of a bitch.
Yeah.
Because he would have got away with it. And another thing, if I'm safaring in Africa, okay, there are a lot of things in Africa that can kill you that they can't determine if it was, murder or not. Have a lion eater. You ever get trampled by elephants? Something. I mean, honestly, you use a shotgun. No, go, idiot.
Yeah, a shotgun where he doesn't even shoot her right. He shoots her from 3 feet away and then tells everybody it's a self-inflicted gunshot wound.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah, you're in Africa, bro.
That's like
get the cheetahs to kill her.
That's like the blood spatter on Alex Murdoch's clothing. Hey, bud, you were there.
Yeah. Hell, or if you're because you got a gun, obviously, probably for safety, unless you're actually doing big game hunting, which he might.
Yeah, they were doing big game.
Yeah, you're doing big game hunting. So maybe you make something up that your wife ran in front of the shot.
Feed her to a rhino or something.
Yeah. Well, rhinos don't eat people.
Oh. Feed her to a tiger.
Tiger, cheetahs, lions, bears. Oh my.
A Texas woman turned 50 cents worth of gasoline into a deadly weapon when she set her boyfriend on fire.
Oh boy,
he's on fire. I should have got that clip. I need to get that clip because clearly we have a desire to set people on fire. It's a second story now in the last couple of weeks of somebody getting set on fire.
That's a terrible way to die
by a woman. Now he's not dead, but he did melt skin off his body. The Texas police said the boyfriend, his name is Ricky Doyle. Oh, he did die. Wow. My bad. My apologies, Ricky. The boyfriend, Ricky Doyle, 25, died Tuesday in a Dallas area hospital from burns he suffered from the horrific July 18 attack. Doyle and his girlfriend, Brianna Johnson, were arguing at a Shell gas station, always by Shell, in Arlington at the time. "I'm going to kill you," Johnson said. The 24-year-old Johnson went inside the gas station and paid for 50 cents worth of gas. Now, if I'm the clerk behind the counter, I'm wondering why you only want 50 cents worth of gas. That's not even enough to start a lawnmower.
50 cents worth of gas, especially right now, isn't it? You couldn't even
That's like a swig.
Yeah, like you're barely going to die from it if you drink it.
She was later seen pouring gasoline on Doyle while he sat in the back seat of a Jeep. Then she walked around to the driver's side and set it on fire with an unknown object.
Probably a lighter.
Doyle was engulfed in flames when he was seen escaping the vehicle and running through the parking lot, trying to stop his body from burning. Another customer came to his aid with a fire extinguisher, thank God. But by then, witnesses said Doyle was bleeding and his skin appeared to have melted off his body.
Ew.
While witnesses were trying to help Doyle inside the gas station, his girlfriend told bystanders that she was smoking while pumping gas, and, well, that's why the fire started. Oops. But witnesses didn't buy Johnson's story, and they confronted her, telling her that they saw her intentionally set the fire. One witness even tried to detain her before police arrived, but Johnson pushed the person to the ground and drove away while smiling. Threw that part in. Johnson was arrested in July and initially charged with aggravated assault and bodily injury with a deadly weapon. But now that Doyle has died, they've upped that charge. She's now charged with murder. She is currently being held at the Tarrant County Jail. 50 cents worth of gasoline. Man.
Yeah, that's the first red flag. Is the 50 cents of gasoline. But then, I didn't see the video, but like she went around.
Neither did I. It's not. It's not available.
Oh, she went around the driver's side.
I don't think it is.
So she poured it on him. Went around the driver's side. If I was you or you were me and I threw gas on you or you threw gas on me, I wouldn't be sitting in the car and be like, oh, what? No, I'd get the out of there.
Well, we don't know what Ricky's thinking. And Ricky's.
No, I
mean, you could probably smell that it was gasoline.
Oh, God, yeah. You could smell gasoline.
So it's not like he didn't know it was gasoline. But he's also probably thinking that she's not going to set him on fire.
I wouldn't care if I thought you were going to set me on fire or not. I wouldn't be staying anywhere near her because she threw the gas on you. So that means she had to go get the gas. Like, and I don't even know how, like, she must have had a cup. But gas burns pretty quickly, but it must have been a decent amount. I mean, gas is a little cheaper there in Texas than it is here in California.
So before we get to your mugshot of the week, Vegas, I have a small update on Christy Chen. Remember Christy Chen from last week?
Yes.
She was beaten to death by her husband in Fiji on her honeymoon. At that $3,500 a night resort.
Yep.
Turtle Island. So it's come out that after a night of drinking and partying on the beach with other guests and hotel staff, the couple argued when he acted inappropriately with someone else. He did. That's strange. Because usually it's the guy who would get all bent out of shape about maybe some inappropriate dancing or whatever. But It was actually he who acted inappropriately with someone else. And then after that argument, Chen suffered multiple traumatic injuries to her body, face, and blunt force trauma to the head, and was left for dead in the bathroom, slumped in a tiny space between the toilet and the wall.
I bet you she regrets starting that fight.
After the attack, Dawson was seen walking on the beach by a night watchman and then fled to an island 1.2 miles away because that's what innocent people do. So he's still there. He's set to reappear in court on August 18th, and we'll have an update for that once he goes to court. But yeah, I found it funny that it was he who acted inappropriately.
And then he killed her.
And then he beat her to death.
That's weird.
Thank you for that too. By the way, that update was I was tagged in that update by Bucks Fan Matter on Twitter. Somebody who listens to the show religiously, tweets us religiously, but then doesn't follow us on Twitter at FE True Crime. But I guess at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter if he follows us or not, I guess.
Yeah, but you would think you'd want to.
You would think he would.
He listens
every week. Tags us and stuff, keeps us up to date with stuff, but then doesn't follow us. It's kind of strange.
That is a little weird.
I feel
Is that a red flag?
that's a red flag. Mark it down.
Yeah, red flag. We're going to mark it down. Red flag.
Red flag. Speaking of red flags,
where crackhead criminals look their absolute best. For the laughs, for the culture. Vegas presents his Mugshot of the Week.
Bow, 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 bow. That's right, everybody. I love this ending. Goes for 18 minutes. My mugshot of the week. We are back in Maricopa County, Arizona. I find that Maricopa County, Arizona has a lot of criminals that need some, what do you call them? Calling out, if you will, on their appearance. So we have Lena Coopage. Coopage. Cooppedge. Coopage. Whatever. She was born.
she's fucked up.
Oh, yeah. She was born on the
Look at this
Christmas
tree.
Eve, 1985. So she was born in 1985. Okay. 2 years younger than we are. She's 37. How old do you think she looks
She
to you?
will be 37.
Well, yeah, she will.
She looks
become
47.
No, she looks 87. She looks. Now it looks like her eye is missing. So
Miles of bad road.
yeah. I mean,
That's what she looks like.
So we can guess she's 4'11", so she's always also very short and 102 pounds.
It's a perfect height for you, Vegas. If you know what I mean.
No, not her. She probably doesn't have any teeth either, I would assume.
Well, then-
And guess what she was arrested for?
Right up your alley.
Guess what she was arrested for?
Drug possession.
That's correct.
All right. Wait, let
Yeah.
me guess which one. Crystal meth.
It doesn't say, but I'm I would go on the limb and say that was true. She's actually
She looks like a meth head.
She's actually charged with 3 counts
3 counts.
of drug possession and offenses.
You idiot.
So yeah, but I think she's missing an eye. But I mean, she's 37, going to be 37. She's 37. Like what? Jesus. I saw that and I swear I saw that and I'm like, okay, she's going to be born, in the late 60s. I assumed, or even the late 50s.
Well, my mom's age.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, no, but your mom even
My
looks
mom was
better
born
than
in
that.
the late 60s.
Yeah, your mom looks better than that.
Well,
That
yeah, so
lady
my mom doesn't do meth or drugs
anymore.
anymore.
Yeah.
She quit.
Thank God.
Yeah.
She's still around. But this lady, yeah, oh my.
If you have a mugshot that you want Vegas to show to show on the show,
Show on the show.
say that 3 times fast. FV True Crime on Instagram and Twitter. You could DM us a mugshot of the week and include the story so that we could, find out why there's a mugshot being taken, and we'll feature it on this show. And it makes Vegas's job easier because Lord knows he's always looking for the easy way out.
I know, I know, because if I did, I would have killed myself long ago dealing with you on a daily basis.
Ladies and gentlemen, we interrupt our program to bring you a special bulletin.
Listen up. It's time for Ragin' Rob's Music Minute.
You do want to be a part of that, don't you?
This is Ragin' Rob with your Music Minute. All right, we're going to start with yet another cancel culture story this week. 2 weeks ago, it was Gwen Stefani for cultural appropriation. This week, it has hit the Queen Bee herself, Beyonce. That's right. Cancel culture has attacked Beyonce, and like 99.9% of any artist, she has kowtowed to the cowards. In one of her songs off the new album, she uses the word spaz, which apparently offends some disability activists. So she is changing the lyric. Is there anything somebody isn't going to be offended by? Well, Beyonce, how about this? You're a fucking spaz. Lady Gaga has confirmed that she has been cast in the Joker 2 movie. It is slated for release on October 4th, 2024. I mean, she did a good job in that, what is that, country film or something? I don't know. I didn't watch the movie. She was in some other movie that people loved. So, hey, check her out in Joker 2. In rap news, Neo's wife, Crystal, has filed for divorce. She alleges that Neo recently fathered a child with another woman. Well, if that's shocking to you, poor woman. Of course, she's looking for alimony and everything else because she's a perfect human being. Also, I was not aware. I recently learned this has become a true crime podcast. Now, me, Being the metalhead that I am, and I love dark, dangerous things, evil things. That's kind of my nature. I don't know if you guys have heard or know about the Norwegian black metal band Mayhem, but they have quite a long true crime story involving some cannibalism and a murder as well. Also church burnings. So if you guys are interested in true crime, check out the story behind the band Mayhem. This has been your Music Minute.
Well, thank you for that, Ragin' Rob.
Yeah, cancel culture be damned when Ragin' Rob comes about.
Woo!
And thank you, Ragin' Rob, for finally realizing we're a true crime podcast.
Yeah, thank you very much, sir. And the views and opinions expressed by Ragin' Rob are that of Ragin' Rob and do not reflect Ford and Vegas, a true crime podcast for the ages with two friends who hate each other, now exclusively a part of the Darkcast Network. Vegas is the part of the time of the show. It's the part of the show with the time, with the thing, what to do with the thing, and we do this thing, and you do this thing, and you do a lot of talking, and you quick hits. Go ahead.
Oh my gosh, everybody! These are all. It's funny because it's about dinner time, and this is all about food because I like food. So everything I'm going to talk to you in my little spiel here is about food.
Oh, great!
Yes.
I'm starving.
Yes, I know. That's the best part. Oh, well, the State Fair of Texas is coming up. It doesn't start officially till September 30th, but we already have some State Fair of Texas food semi-finalists.
All right.
That's right. Some of the best food fair. Say that 10 times fast. Fair food have been announced. Some of the semi-finalists are deep fried praline cheesecake egg rolls. Sound appealing to you? This one definitely sounds appealing to Ford. Smoked bacon wrapped cookie dough balls. Also, you have this is for the healthy people only. Fried Texas fruit salad.
Would you eat that?
Probably because it's fried.
Yeah, you don't like fruit. I mean, you are a fruit, but you don't like fruit. So if they fry it,
I might eat it.
You'll give it a shot.
Yeah. Also, there is a theme here. Okay, deep fried Southern dessert dumplings. That's right. And I know, Ford, you enjoy these from time to time.
I do.
Deep fried BLTs.
Oh.
Yeah,
I love a bacon lettuce tomato.
Yeah, that's why you go to Texas State Fair because everything is deep fried. So I mean, I'm going. I don't know about you, but I'm going. And you know, when you're eating, sometimes you spit a little bit, or if you're a camel, you spit a lot. In Spain, a guy was riding along in a car when he opened the door to spit. Have you done that? I've done that. Not really opened the door, but I have spit out the window. When he did, he fell out of the car onto the road. Well, there's what the seatbelt is for, so you don't do that. He hit his head. The driver of the car told police. Apparently it's a she. She'd been doing about 45 at the time. That doesn't make sense because it says she's been doing 45. The guy spent a night in the hospital. So apparently his wife was driving and he went head first. That's another reason why you don't let women drive. That's going to offend some people. Write in to comments at FE True Crime.
Wow.
Now,
especially if they're Asian women.
All right. And bananas. We got some bananas on the brain. Apparently, they're healthy for you. Apparently,
potassium, baby.
Yes. It turns out everything you need during a hardcore workout, which thank God we have this so I know when I do my hardcore workouts.
You do a lot of hardcore workouts.
Is a simple banana.
Camera adds 135 pounds.
Researchers tested bananas versus Gatorade during a tough period of cycling and discovered that bananas actually deliver the same performance as sports drinks and offer up to a healthier blend of sugars.
Now, what if you put bananas in your Gatorade?
That's a red flag.
Think about that.
That would be a red flag, and you probably deserve to get punched for that. Here's something that I know you'll appreciate. Very few of us want to eat birthday cake.
Oh, yeah, I hate birthday
That's
cake.
right. While blowing out a cake full of candles was the norm before the pandemic, most of us say the tradition should be gone forever.
That's it.
When celebrating birthdays, blowing out a cake full of candles and singing happy birthday was a time-honored tradition.
Just wear your mask.
Yeah.
And blow out your candles.
Yeah, then came COVID. In a survey, 74% of adults, if someone's blowing out the candles on a cake these days, they won't be accepting a slice of the treat.
Stay 6 feet away and blow out the candles with a mask on.
Yeah, that's
what I say.
A few years back, before COVID, researchers at Clemson found that blowing out candles meant 15 times more bacteria was present. And in other news, the grass is green.
All right. Remember, if you are watching on YouTube, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. And if you're on the go, you can get this show as a podcast. And if you're listening on the podcast, probably like, damn it, these ads, they keep interrupting. That's right, because we need to collect the little shekels that we get for those ads. But you can get this show ad-free for just $3 a month on our Patreon, patreon.com/FV True Crime. And that's the same name if you want to follow us on Instagram and Twitter, FV True Crime. Don't forget, that's where you can send your mugshots of the week for Joey Vegas. And if you want to buy a Ford in Vegas shirt to show your support, you can do so at shopfordinvegas.com. We always recommend Premium Soft. It's the highest quality. You can watch this show weekly on blackjacktv.net. And as always, we are a member of the Darkcast Network for indie podcasts that are of the true crime variety. There's a bunch of them. So look up Darkcast Network and you can listen to all kinds of true crime podcasts that are independent, small little guys like us, even in the penal area. For Vegas, I'm Ford. We'll see you guys next week right here on Ford in Vegas, a true crime podcast for the ages with two friends who hate each other. Say goodbye, Dick.
Goodbye, Dick.